I'll be with you in just a second. I'm trying to get some updates on my laptop so you guys can have this information. So bear with me while I get everything cross-posted here. It's a lot of work to go live, and I'm still figuring it out. Okay, one more and we'll be all set. All right, let's get these going. One more copy and paste. I love the copy and paste feature. I don't know about you guys, but it definitely does save me a lot of time. All right, one more. And then I just gotta grab a website link and we will be all set to craft tonight. I hope you guys had a great Thursday. It's so busy with work and life in general and overwhelming response to my craft kits, which is awesome. I just am so excited about that. Okay, I think I've got everything updated. Let's hope it updates. All right, let me go back to my live feed and we shall be starting. Okay, I think we're good. All righty. Actually, I can't see the comments. Let me go out of YouTube and come back in. For some reason, I cannot see anything. It's all about technology, you guys. All right, go to my channel, and there we are. I should see stuff now. Yes, awesome. Oh, right, okay, so we do have some people on here. They're all my team members. Well, hello, Carla, Louise, and Lynn. Yes, copy and paste is a complete time saver. You know, this stupid computer Wi-Fi here is just churning here. So let me just make sure I can still see something. I'm going to X out of all my emails and see what is hogging up our internet. It shouldn't be anything other than my husband and myself that has internet on right now. I'm not sure what's going on, but I will try to keep an eye on my camera, which is my phone, which is above my hands, and I'll try to see if I see any comments come through. But welcome to my channel. All of you here know I'm Karen, and I'm bringing a free class to you guys with a $35 product order. Or a little bit higher, you'll receive double the cards. But first, I wanted to go over my Crafting KitsTo Go. It's been a pretty overwhelming, nice surprise. Lynn, you're on here. You said to switch back over, and I think most of my team wanted me to switch back over, but I'm still doing cards. Cards are on Thursday. And Monday is craft fair, farmer market ideas for you. And I decided that I would change it up even more and offer these as kits to go. So I will still take these orders as long as I continue to keep orders are coming in. I know it says first come, first serve, but I already have quite a few orders that I honestly didn't expect to have as many, but anyway, I'm excited about it, and I'm excited to bring it to you as well. So Crafting KitsTo Go, let me just show you what I did. I have created a masculine, feminine, and a child's. Let me put them right here. It's really hard to know if I'm in the picture because I can't see my laptop anyway. Here's the man and child's theme. So these are clipboards, and they've come with, you're going to have all the supplies to make 6 of them. It's $20, and that includes shipping. Okay, so you'll get all the paper, There's no stamping involved in this, which for most of you, probably, I don't know. I guess I could stamp on here. Maybe I will when I send the kits. I'll stamp a thank you or something like that. But you could stamp. I know some people stamp every single page. I'm not going to do that, but that's just a suggestion. So anyway, these are $20, and I'm going to tell you what you receive. 4x4 coasters, 6 of them. You'll get the pretty paper with themes for feminine, kids, and masculine. They may not be everything here. It might be a different pattern, because I only have so much of this paper. So I know I'm going to have to switch up the paper prints. It'll be in most likely the same. Look, I got a kit over here underneath this one. It will most likely be the in the same line of paper. So designer series paper here, A Wash with Beauty, and this is the man's theme. I can't remember. And this is free celebration paper, and it's so super cute. It's got farm animals on it. On the back side is just the reverse. You'll get also, let me see, I got to dig in my box, because you'll get an emery board, and that's to sand the sides here and the edges. It makes it nice and smooth, especially if your paper is running over just a little bit. These work very well. And here are the coasters. You'll get 6 of those. You'll get 6 of the sticky notes, the binder clips, and a full roll of the tear and tape adhesive. And this is from Stampin' Up. So I'm very, very excited. I'm going to start shipping these on December 10th, and I will ship them as fast as I can. It's just me and sometimes Debbie helping me out here. So I will do the best to get these out before Christmas. But anyway, that is my special. It is on my website, inspiredbygram.com. But here is my link to my marketing email, so you could take a screenshot right now of that. And if you're interested, it's all by PayPal, so it's really quick ordering, $20, and you're good to go. All right, so that's what I've been kind of working on. I'm not sure what I'll be working on Monday or this weekend for craft fairing or farmer markets. So if I know, Lynn, you said tiles, but I'm not sure if you mean the ceramic tiles that we cover with designer series paper or something totally different. So if you would put that in the comments, that would be great. The screen is blurry. I'm not sure why. Hold on just a second. I still can't get it. Oh, I got it on my laptop now, but it's not the real time. I don't want it to be blurry. Okay. I think it's good on my side. On my laptop, it looks fine. So if it's still blurry for you, Lynn, why don't you exit out of YouTube and come back in? And that might clear it up for you as well. So, all right. So it looks like you want the tile coasters. Those are really hard to do in a live because you need the glue and it needs to dry in between. Like I usually would dry them overnight and then do a second coat and then let it set for a couple of days. And then I spray a special sealant on top. So that would be really hard to do on a live, but I'll think about it. I don't have any tiles with me in my closet right now. I want to really focus on what's in my closet so I can make room for new crafting ideas. But I will write that down. And now that I know what you're talking about, I'll try to get to that. But for tonight, let's see. Hold on just a second. You guys can look at those. All right. So here's my special. I emailed it, I think last night, and we emailed it this morning because we're having a super duper special on the clearance rack. Clearance rack was so exciting to me because it had so much pretty paper on there. Like probably the most designer series paper that I have ever seen. Some of the embellishments, not for me, not all of them, but a lot of them definitely, man, caught my eye. So you should check out the clearance rack. I think that some of that designer series paper is, I think it was $4.40, something like that. So great way to definitely stock up on your paper and embellishments. And there's a ton of dies there too. So it was 5 pages long. I'm not sure what it is right now because I'm sure they've sold out of some items, but I am offering a free class using the super fun Christmas Scottie stamp set and punch. I use this for my Creative Escape add-on class, and I thought I would bring it to you guys as well as a free class. So how you earn this is you would place a minimum product order of $35 using this host code here, which is 3D as in dog 74GSVC. And you will receive the supplies to create the Christmas Scottie cards and above, 4 of those. And if your order is over 35, which I have had a couple today, you're going to receive 8 card kits. And I'm going to try to get those out ASAP because they're Christmas cards and I know you probably want to send them this year, not next year. So anyway, that is not on my website yet because I've got to find time to put it up there, but it's on my email campaign. So if you're not on my email campaign, you should be. Just go over to inspiredbygram.com and you will find a pop-up that appears about 2 seconds once you get on my website, and just fill that out and then you're simply added to the next email that goes out. But here are the cards up front and close. I wanted to show you guys this. I'm not sure if I'll have time to do this or not, but this is a stamped image, which I can't send to you, and this is too. But I wanted to show you that little grid stamp too. So I might be able to do that, might not. We'll see where time is. This one's super fun. Now, Patty, see one of my downlines. She saw this card and she's like, that's exactly what you should make, Karen. A little bit more simple cards because simple can be better. So this class is super simple. And I use a lot of designer series paper. You guys know that, but I kind of like this class and how it turned out. I'm not sure about the Scottie dog here. I'm definitely going to, I'm not sure. I can't send it to you because it's a stamped image. So I'm going to probably just stamp that in basic black. And then here's the really fun one. I really like this one. It's my favorite out of all of them. And I'm not sure why, but I think it's the tag because that's something different that's on a card. So that's the inside of this one. I forgot to show you guys the inside. They're kind of basic, you know. You can add whatever you want to the insides. Here I added a punched Scottie. And then this one, I think it's this one. I really screwed up. Nope, not this one, but it's this one. I didn't stamp this dog right here very well, and I tried to fill it in with a blender pen, and it really was making a hot mess, so I decided that I would stop. I think I even tried to use a Sharpie pen. I didn't have my Stamparatus with me, so that's why it kind of looks like a hot mess. And there's some red ink there too. So anyway, we're going to get started creating this class. If you guys have any questions, let me know. It looks like my laptop is just a little bit behind. So after each card, I will look at the feedback and see if you guys have any questions. So I just remembered all of my black ink. It's still packed in my in-person class. Oh my goodness, what am I gonna do? Okay, we'll figure it out. I'll have to use some different colors because I know we used real red yesterday. All right, totally missed that one, but that's okay because I can use cherry cobbler with this, and that will make a pretty good comparison. So this is a card we're making here. And I definitely need to get some basic black too. So card base is super simple. It's a thick basic white. That's what I use for my card bases now. And it's 8.5 by 5.5. I've already scored it with my trimmer at 4 1/4. So what I'm doing is trying to go simple to that tag card as in difficulty. These really are not that difficult to create. So, and they're easy to mass produce. So we're going to use this here, and I am going to grab cherry cobbler because it is kind of, I mean, it's close enough, and I think it'll be fine. For black, I'm going to have to use I think I won't use black. I think I'm going to get my color chart out and see what dark color goes with cherry cobbler. Now this is a super old color chart here. I got the, pineapple punch, like that's really super old, but I keep it because it's handy for me to go and figure out what color goes the best. So it says Mossy Meadow, so I think I might go with the Mossy Meadow. Night of Navy is actually packed away too, so let me just go grab Mossy Meadow and some basic black cardstock. So you guys can stare at this, and I'll be right back. Mossy Meadow. Let's see, we got Mossy Meadow here and some cardstock. All right, I got my scraps. This punch is great for scraps, so we'll go with that. All right, Mossy Meadow. And okay, so this is really, you're gonna wanna stamp first and then do the rest of the card. I'm not gonna stamp this here because I'm not gonna bring out my stamp apparatus, but you guys kind of get that, how to probably use a stamp apparatus. Maybe you don't. I don't know. It's the end of the week. Well, it's not. I got to work tomorrow. All right. So we need Merry Christmas and May Your Days Be Bright, Free and Bright, which is really fun. And we need to have the snowflake, so, which is right here. Now this snowflake here would look really super fun with some gold embossing powder and it just embossed with gold. I think that would look super fun. Let me just go grab some blocks. Okay, I probably have enough blocks here. Okay, and these will be big, but we'll work with it. All right, so this one's the biggest one here. So I put my sentiments on diagonal so I can stamp a little bit straighter. And then Merry Christmas, again, it'll be direction or diagonal. And then these, I'm gonna put the, I'll try the middle. I just don't want to get ink on my block. And then using a bigger block, you have a tendency to do that. All right. What else do I need? I need my Stampin' Pierce mat because we're working with photopolymer stamps. So let's grab, we're going to grab that white. Maybe we aren't. There it is. It's hiding underneath the Scottie. Okay, this is what we're going to do first. We're going to stamp the sentiment top and bottom. So let me just grab my cherry cobbler. And let me just grab the card that we're making tonight. Okay. And let's start with Merry Christmas at the top. So I'm just inking up in the cherry cobbler there. Okay. And then I'm going to stamp the other sentiment down at the bottom. And the reason why I'm doing this is it's going to help me center the Scottie dog here. Okay, so I've got those on there. And if I messed up stamping, I could just flip it over and stamp on the back side. The next thing I want to do is I want to show you how I made this little bow here. And how you make it is this, grab it here, this stamp. Okay, it fits on a D block really nicely. All right, so it's like, I know it's really stained and maybe you can't see it, but I'm gonna show you how with this scrap paper. Let me just grab some, actually that's basic white. Let me grab some scrap paper so I don't stamp all over that piercing mat. Okay, so I'm just gonna ink up here and then I'm going to stamp here. Oh, that wasn't great. And then I'm going to try to match that up the best I can. It's good enough. Okay. On the inside of that card, what did I stamp? I did the snowflakes. So we'll need our envelope stamped and our card base. So we've got this snowflakes, which I'm just going to put up in the corner there. Actually, you could put them there and down here. Opposite, and that's 2, so we got to stamp 3, right? So I'm just going to stamp 2 up here and call it good. Okay, that looks really cute, by the way. I like that more. I think that looks better with just that stamped, right? Okay, so that's easy peasy. Now, here's the little, I guess you call it gingham, right? And let me grab the Scottie punch over here. This is a bundle, by the way, so you need to purchase this by the bundle to save the 10%. And thank you, Debbie, for, she was over here and she priced everything for me. So the bundle is really, it's not that expensive, $36.75. And if you're a demonstrator, you get your 20 to 25% off that. So it's a super good deal either way. So what I'm doing right here is I'm trying to punch the entire dog and the bow in one shot. Okay. Get this over just a little bit. Okay, right there. Whoa, that went flying. So we have a bow and we have the dog. And you can use this again for the same thing, right? Okay, so we'll put this doggy aside. And now we're just going to actually stamp my envelope. And I'm just going to, actually, I'm going to put a set of 3 images here, maybe 4. Yeah, let's go right here. That looks fun. Maybe one more down here. Okay, so there we go with the fun looking envelope. We're going to close this up. All right, so this is how you would make the Scottie dog like this. All right, that's how we got the Scottie image here. And then this is the little bow. So that's how I made that. It wasn't any kind of designer series paper. It was just a stamped image, and then you punch it out with the what do they call this? Scottie dog punch. Okay, but I'm going to use the black because I think the black pops a little bit more, but I did want to show you how that works. So let me just grab some scraps. I put mine in file folders that are clear so I can kind of see what's in there. I'm just going to punch out the Scottie, and that's a nice stencil, by the way, and the bow, because we'll need the bow probably another step. Okay, so I've got my white here, and I'm going to grab my Stampin' Seal Plus. Haven't used it for a couple days. Last night we had our in-person class with Parks and Recreation, and we had 12 people there. Super fun. We had a new person, which was even better. I love to have new people at least every month coming to join us. It's a great social event / card making as well. All right. By the way, I just put my adhesive, this Seal Plus, on there. And then I'm going to put this right down on the card base. Okay. Then we've got the Scottie. Now the Scottie, when you're punching it out, can go either way. It can go either looking right or it's going to go looking left. For me, I just thought it looked good going to the left side. So you'll need your Stampin' Dimensionals for this part. And let me flip them back over. And I'm just going to add 2. That's all you really need. If you space them out far enough, so one goes right underneath his neck and one towards the back of him, it will work out fine where you only need 2 of the dimensionals. All right, let me grab my Take Your Pick tool because that helps me out. Take these backings off a little bit quicker. And let me put this away. Okay, so my Scottie, going to go right here, right in the middle. And before I adhere him down, I'm going to just make sure he's centered to straight, which he is. Okay. And then I'm going to grab that little bow that I stamped, and it's going to go right on here. You can actually add it with a mini dimensional, or you can just use your glue. And in that case here, let me just see what I did. I used glue in that situation. So I'll just take my liquid glue, and I'm just going to put a small little dot right in the middle there. That's all you need. It's really small. And I'll show you because you might not be able to see, but that's how much glue I used. Just a little tiny, tiny dot. And then the fun part is to decorate him. I wonder what a bow would look on his tail. I never actually thought about that until now. That could be fun too. Okay. Now I did finish him off with some red rhinestone basic jewels. And the reason why is because the cardstock is red. And the ink would have been red too. But that's all still sitting down in my entryway. So I had just one come off. So I'm just going to grab my take your pick tool. And I'm just going to add one of these little rhinestones on the bow. And oops. And call it good, because I think if I added more, it would just distract from the Scottie. All right, so that's our first card, very basic. Mass produce this one easy. Debbie, this might be my card I mass produce 100 times. That is super easy, right? And I think families will like that. So just an update on our holiday baskets. There's 100 left to do, and I'm gonna make those this weekend. If anybody wants to come over, that's perfectly fine. We could craft all day long with the Scottie. Okay, so that's our card number 1. And let me just show you. This one was stamped in the real red, which I would have stamped tonight. And then here's the reversed image with that stamped. There, we got to get that little rhinestone over there. It kind of moved. Okay, there we go. With the stamped image there, just punching him out. All right, so that kind of gives you an idea what you can use the Scottie punch for. All right, the next card up is the yellow one. So let me grab that one so you guys can see it while I make it. All right. And here, I'm going to call this as a girl dog. That's a girl Scottie because it's in yellow. Daffodil Delight. All right, got little pieces here. And the kits will come, the dogs will all come punched in black, basic black. The bows will get punched in whatever I use, except for it can't be a stamped image. This is from the Give It a Whirl dies, and you'll receive that heart. And I just love this card, right? It's so cute. And adding the vellum underneath there works too. And hopefully I have the vellum. Yep, it's still in the envelope. Okay, so let's get started creating this one. Again, it's really, really easy. The stamping on the inside is just that little line there. So let me grab the little heart. I need an A block for the woof. So let me just grab that little woof here, and I'm going to run over and get a A block. Well, I'm not really running. I'm just stepping two steps away. Okay, and this is going to be stamped in, I'm going to stamp it in brown just because my black is stored away. And I don't want to use StazOn on here because then it will stain my stamp and I won't be able to get it off and it'll be black. So I'm going to just try to take a darker color. Actually, I'm going to take Mossy Meadow, or I mean Evening Evergreen will work. Daffodil Delight on Daffodil Delight probably wouldn't look as good, so you want something that's really going to stand out. So I'm just going to take the Evening Evergreen, and I'm going to stamp the woof at an angle. And let me just grab that so you can kind of see it. It kind of looks black, but it's actually Evening Evergreen. Nice little disguise. All right, the envelope and the inside. So we need, here's our basic white panel and our envelope. That big stamp, it's really not big. It's just wicked skinny and long, and it looks like a snake. So let me grab an H block, okay? And don't forget, you're gonna put your blocks. I saw somebody do this at the class last night, and she put the I'm not picking on her, by the way. I just was like, this happens, and it's happened to me before, where I put the stamp on backwards. So when you stamp, it's all that flat image. And she had a big one, and it's really funny because I went to pack up last night, and she had left the block in my blocks, set of blocks, still all ink. And it was red. So if you can just imagine what that kind of looked like. But a little bit of wipes kind of cleaned that up, and we're good to go. All right, so again, on the inside of this card, it's got that little swirly. So I'm just going to kind of ink this up. And really, I don't know. Yeah, that little loop is going up. All right, so we're stamping that down, and that's what you get for an image. And then on the envelope, we're going to do the same thing. I do want to put my scrap paper down because I think I'm going to go over the edge. Okay, so this one, I think I'm going to do two. So I'm going to stamp one on the side here, and then I'm going to stamp. I'm not going to connect them. I'm just going to stamp them like that. And then I'm going to go one more time. I will connect the, no, I'm not going to connect it. I'm just going to end it way over. You can go all the way around if you wanted to. I'm just going to leave it like that. Okay, so now it's just a matter of just assembling everything, and we will be rocking and rolling. So let me put this away, and we're going to grab our basic black and the gingham that is in yellow and is Daffodil Delight, and that's just going to go right here. So let me just grab my Seal Plus, and we'll just add a little bit of adhesive in all four corners and in the middle. And I forgot to look at the questions last time, so I will stop after this card to look and see if there's any questions. All right, this panel is going to be a little bit different because that next card up is going to be a little bit harder than that first one. So this one, that's beginner will need to use Stampin' Dimensionals a little bit more. So they're learning how to use them, because if you don't really press them down, they're going to come off. Okay. And then if they have a really hard time taking the backings off, we'll just use the take your pick tool to just simply take them really off real quick, and we'd be good to go. This one just gets adhered right to the card front of Daffodil Delight, and that was 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, by the way. Then we're going to take the vellum, and I was thinking, I wonder what it would look going this way. So in order to do that, I want to build the Scottie dog. So this piece here was punched out with the Scottie punch, and it was just the gingham paper. I'm going to use the brighter side, which is this side here, and I'm going to use some glue again and just put a tiny little dot right there. And then we will grab this little bow and put it right on there. And then I'm going to grab one of those little rhinestones, and a new package, by the way. And let me use the putty side here because it's pretty small. I'm going to grab it, and I'm just going to put it right there in the middle of that bow. Okay, and then this little Scottie gets popped up with some more dimensionals. So now we've got 7 dimensionals we've used in this card. We should count how many Karen uses. I try to be very conservative. That way I'm kind of saving my money and not having to buy like a million Stampin' Dimensionals. All right, little Scottie. So we're not going to put him down entirely. Let's see if it looks good with the vellum going this way. And then the woof needs to be put on there so we can kind of visually see it. This is kind of how I kind of work and play with designing. And then the woof probably would go right over here. I kind of like it that way. It kind of breaks it up. So I think I'm going to go with it. And so to do that, let me just take them off. You want your adhesive just in the middle, because if you put it around the edges, you're going to see it, because vellum is transparent. So we just put a little bit in the middle, just about 1/2 of an inch. This gets centered. Oops, this way. Sorry, almost made a mistake. And then I'm using the points as my centering, but it's not really, it needs to be shoved over to the left, because if you can see this, it's kind of sticking out. So we're going to off center it just a little bit. It's a 3x3. You could cut it down a little bit and center it a little bit more, maybe 2 3/4. It will be just perfect. And then here's a little Scottie in the middle. And then the woof. So cute. And then the inside panel. And we'll just add 4 little 1/2 inch marks. This is Seal Plus. I find the Seal Plus works so much quicker and easier than the Seal, so I've switched over to Seal Plus. I'm adding the stamped image down at the bottom because I like it there better than the top. Okay, and that's our second card. So let's just put these next to each other. You guys can look at them and maybe say, do you want the square, or like card number 1 or card number 2 will be easier. I'm going to skim through the comments to see if there's any questions, and then we'll move on to card number 3. Lynn, yes, the coasters are waterproof because I use a sealant. It's a water-based sealant. I don't know if I have any left. If I do, I will snap a picture and send it to you. Okay. All right. Oh, I don't remember what I was talking about, but not tile. Bow, very whimsical. Yeah, maybe I'll try that next time, Kathy. I'm going to put it on the bow if I kind of remember. Oh, yeah. Is Mary Ann on here? No, she's not. So, yeah, I wonder how those people are that got the like 6 feet of snow, if they're still buried in. If you're in that location, let us know, because we're all curious. Okay, so it looks like, and there's no questions, so we're going to move on to card number 3. Let me just grab all my stuff here. And this one is using the Evening Evergreen ink, but I don't really like it stamped that way, so I'm going to probably transfer it into black. I don't know. I would have to Google, are Scottie dogs all black? Because I would love to know if they are or not. As you can see, I used an embossing folder over here. It is a pack. It's Stripes and Splatter and Stripes, I think it's called, and it's just a small one. So let me show you what I was able to emboss. I wasn't able to emboss the whole panel, and this is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. So what I did was I kind of hid this underneath the designer series paper, and I'll show you what I mean by that. Let's see. I think I want to stamp first, and I did use Evening Evergreen on this. And Basic Gray is our card base. Let me get that folded so I've got a little bit more workspace in front of me. I'll just take my bone folder and I just kind of burnish it up and back about 3 times. And then I'm just going to put it in my little bin over there so I don't lose it. And then the white, let's see what I did on the inside. Just the designer series paper. Don't need to stamp on that one. And then You Are Always Loved. So let me grab my Stampin' Pierce mat here. And I need to get that other stamp. So the sentiments in this, there's 4 of them. So You Are Always Loved, Merry Christmas, May your days be furry and bright, and woof. So it's not all Christmas, and that's what I like about it. It's really, really fun. And there's also some little I don't know what that is for, but you've got a bow here, and I haven't used these little pieces here. If you have, let us know what they are for, because I don't really know. Let me take, I'm gonna go grab one more block. And I'll just use a D block. It's super big, but that's good enough. And Evening Evergreen, because that's a cardstock we have on there. So let me just stamp right here in the corner. And then I had this little square that's in the Give It a Whirl dies. It's got a little bit of edging or etching on the very, very edge there. And it fits perfect with this sentiment. Let's see if I can stamp straight. Not too bad. I can see that that ink is wet, so let me just slide this baby over. Okay, I'm gonna shut this one up. And now we can assemble that card. So let me grab the embossed paper here, and then we need the gingham. So this is the piece that's not embossed, so I want to cover that up. So all I did was take my gingham paper and just cover it up. All right, no one's ever going to know except for you guys. So I'm going to just grab my Seal Plus once again. No need to bring it all the way down the sides, you guys. Save it. What I like about it is it's super sticky, so you don't have to use as much. Thus, your usage is going to be a lot more. Okay, so I've got that. I've got even edges on the top, left, and bottom. And I'm going to press this down really well. You might want to flip it over and press from the back side because it's got this super nice embossed image on it. This one gets popped up with our dimensionals. Just grab these. I'm going to add 5 on this. Okay, and we'll make sure they get pushed down. Now, the beginner stamper on this card is now learning how to use embossed paper. Oops. All these backings are crazy. Okay, let me find my basic gray, and let's make sure it's going to open the correct way. We don't want to make a mistake. All right, I've got my embossed side is going to go on the right side, and this simply gets put on the basic gray card base. And then we have our Stylish Shapes circle, which is in basic gray that matches the card base. This one gets popped up with our dimensionals. So this beginner stamper in this situation is now learning how to die cut and emboss with our Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine. Both of these would go through the mini and the regular machine. All right, and then we'll just take these off real quick. And whoops, left one behind. And this is just going to get centered on this edge. Okay. The Scottie dog is the one that was stamped. I think it's very distracting. So I think I'm just going to grab my punch and I'm going to punch some out, another dog out. All right, and then Scottie's going to get popped up with just 2 dimensionals. All of these designs could be mass produced very easily and quickly. Just have all your products ready in front of you and do one step at a time. And then you'll be so much quicker doing it that way. All right, so here's the Scottie. You could actually emboss some black and then punch them out. That would give them some texture. Now I used a white bow on the sample card. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to punch out some red from that first piece that we did stamp, and I want to see what a pop of red cherry cobbler will look like. I hope that didn't hit you guys. It went flying up. I don't know if it hit you guys. Okay, I'm trying to be funny, by the way. I'm not really a funny person. Okay, so we'll get a little bit more glue. And I'm going to use it. So green and red goes with Christmas. Okay, there we go. Then the You Are Loved is going to go, oh, actually, this isn't a Christmas card, but it could be. You could actually add Merry Christmas on the inside. So what I want to talk to you about is, see how this part of the sentiment is on top of the basic gray circle? Well, you can't put a dimensional underneath here because then you would have to stack 2 dimensionals over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 1 dimensional. We know that it's going to go over here, right? I'm just going to put it there. And then we kind of feel it. That's what I kind of do, is feel it and see if it's going to buckle anywhere. I think I'm going to put liquid glue here, but I think I need to put a really small piece of dimensional in that area. So let me just grab my paper snips, and I'm just going to cut a small piece. And I'll put those away. Try. And where's that one I just cut? Right here. Right there. Okay. Lost my train of thought here, so I got to recheck it here. I still having problems with my fingers, you guys. I'm not being flimsy. These really hurt, and I'm sure I need to get another cortisone shot, and I got to just call my doctor to do that. I'm going to make a note to do that. So I want to put it underneath the A. So I'm going to flip it up over and then put this little piece. Oops, I don't want it over the edge. We're just going to put it in that corner there. Then I'm going to take this backing off, so that one's ready. And then I'm going to take my liquid glue, and it's going to go on the top, because this is setting on the basic gray circle. Okay, so we're going to have You Are, that's where the adhesive is, A, and also the D. So I'm going to focus on this dimensional here because I want to make sure that one's fully covered. All right, it is. So now I'm just going to get it straight, which it is. Okay. Then we have the inside panel. And let's see where that one is. We're going to just use a strip of the basic gray. And I'm going to use the same pattern that's on the front. You can see how I'm switching out back and forth to seal and liquid glue. It's just, I think of what is going to go quicker and faster. And for me, I think when I put little strips on, really small ones, the liquid glue is faster for me. So I'm just going to trim that off because it was going over the edge. And that will give it a better look. Then we'll just grab our seal. See, I'm using something different. I have them right close next to me. Grab our card. And then add this. And we're good to go. Now, don't forget, I didn't talk about stamping on the back side of your cards. I am now using a different one. So I'm going to show you this one. It'll be fine in Evening Evergreen. This one says Just For You. It's a little bit harder to stamp than the other one I've been using because it's got that solid image. And this is red rubber, so you do not need this. All right, so let me just ink that up one more time and hopefully get that straight. And there you go. That's super cute, right? Just For You on the back side. And we just need to add that little red rhinestone. Grab one, and then we're going to put it right here. Okay, so that is card number 3. Let me just clean up my area so I can put them side by side and you guys can vote on which one you like. I know it's going to be obvious. To me, it's obvious. And that's what the tail would look like. I should do that before. I guess he would go this way, right? But 2 on the dog wouldn't look good at all. So let me just clean, like I said, clean up my area. Here's number 1 and number 2. Let me just make sure I'm on camera, which I am. You guys can vote 1 or 2. Which one do you like? Which one do you prefer? Would you change it up? And I will clean up my area so I can get ready for our final card, which is using the tailored tags. And let me just see if there's any other questions or let's see. Oh, Teresa's in Florida, by the way. She actually left before the storm, so I know she's in Florida. She's there for, I think, 5 weeks. Only 100 cards to go. I think I'm going to count again, Debbie. I'm really going to count, but I got to work on my weekend class tonight. Wow, we don't have the yellow. That's a cute card. Yep. Oh, you don't like the yellow, Lynn? I think you would in person. Maybe I'll mail this one to you. Yes, all black for sure. Okay, that's really top coat and undercoat can be black, wheaten, yellow, or brittle stripe pattern. Okay, interesting. The 2 lines go with the bow beside it to make it a package. And then Hope Survivor. The other little stamps are other bows. Oh, okay. So other bows and collars. Okay. All right. So that's card number 3. Let me get ready for card number 4, which is our final card for our class tonight. I don't even know if I stamped the envelope. Yes, I did. Okay. This one is my favorite. And it's got the little dog on the tag. And I'm going to have to clean my stamps because I'm going to need to use a red. So let me just grab my cleaner. And I got to spray it with our mist. And it smells very good. It's Stampin' Mist. I've used that forever. Not the same bottle, but I've always used it. I'm just going to clean my stamps real quick. And how I learned this from one of my downlines, the wet side and the dry side. There's little images here, but they're really hard to see. So she said, put a little sticker over in the corner, and that can be your wet side, and this is the dry side. So just a little hint for you guys if you struggle to remember which side is which. Just add a sticker up there. And that sticker has stayed for a long time. All right, let me get this one done. Woof. And since I'm in the mood to clean these, we're just going to clean them. Okay, so that is that. Okay, so this one again is in Real Red. I'm using Cherry Cobbler ink. Okay, just because the Real Red is packed away. I'll just get a little organized here. Okay, so the inside here is, we got a little bit more stamping on this card. So what this one does for that beginner stamper is it's going to teach that beginner stamper to die cut, to give dimension, where you've got a stamped bow here, which you'll have to punching out the dog, of course, and then working with some ribbon here. And then on the inside, we stamp a little bit more with the little snowflakes and may your days be furry and bright. All right, it's really an easy card. This one, I don't know if I would mass produce. I would need somebody to cut me 100 dies. Maybe my husband will like to do that. Okay, so these are lots of little pieces here. Let's hope I got every single one. All right, so we need our tag because that's what we're going to stamp on. And let me grab my piercing mat. cherry cobbler. Oh, shoot. I just got ink on my fingers. Darn it. Hold on just a second. I got to clean that off. Because you guys know red stains. Ugh, yuck. Okay. Now we will find the Merry Christmas. That's what I would start first. Also, it teaches that beginner stamper to stamp on the correct side of that die cut, which is the smooth side. So this is the smooth side. This is the rough side, and you can tell by just sliding your finger back and forth. I'm going to stamp up, ink up my Merry Christmas, and I'm going to just stamp that right at the bottom. Then I will take the punch, because I don't know if I don't have a Scottie dog punched. So I've got a little bit left on this scrap, and I think it's going to fit. So let's see. Okay. Now the Scottie is going to get popped up, but right now I want to just put them flat on there so I know about where to stamp the snowflakes. So again, I'm going to take my stamp, ink it up, and then I want that bigger one, the biggest one, over in the corner here. So we're going to just add it right there. And that looks perfect. All right, since we're working on this, we're going to keep working on it. And again, we add our dimensionals. We'll give him a little pop off that white. And then he just goes, or she goes on in the middle. Okay, now this bow here is stamped. So I haven't used that stamp, so let me do that. It's right here. This stamp set, I've used every stamp except for these little tiny ones. So I've gotten a lot of use out of this stamp set. I did not check to see if it's going to be carried over or not. Let me just grab this little A block here and add it on there. So find a little scrap paper. I've got some around here, some basic white and my red. And I'm going to stamp it close to the edge. Okay. Then I'm going to grab my punch and I'm just going to punch out that little bow. You got to make sure that your paper is big enough so you can control it with your left hand, as I'm right-handed. And now with the punch, I'm just kind of holding it there and making sure all the edges are good, and then we'll just punch it out. Okay, now we're going to add a dot of the liquid glue. Look at, he looks naked, right? All right, we'll add that. And then slide it off real easy. Add the little bow. Like I said, you could use mini dimensional to pop it up to give it dimension, but I'm going to just keep it just like that. We'll grab a red rhinestone and put that right in the middle. Now we're going to use the gingham ribbon. Okay, this is, it's right here, so I'll tell you what it is. It's a black and white coloring, and it's gingham ribbon, and it's 1/4 inch. And you get about 10 yards on a bolt. If you want the item number, it's 156485. This was on back order a lot of times, and it's very, very popular. So right now, it's good to go, as far as I'm aware. I checked the inventory twice today, and it wasn't on any low inventory, but you just never know. So what I did was I pinched it, then I thread it through that hole there, and then grab it from the back side. Then I take these two tail ends and I pinch them, and then I take these two fingers and then I pull it, and I go real careful because we don't want, this is a thin area there of white, and we don't want to pull too hard or else you are going to rip that off. So you can always go like this as well. Now that is a little too long, so let me just grab my scissors here and just angle cut it. Okay. Then this one is going to, you can't see it probably on your view, but it is popped up. So we're going to get it a little bit further away from the black pattern and the reds as well. So this is kind of like a panel, and we definitely need something on the middle here. So let me just take these off real quick, throw them on the floor, and I'll sweep them up later tonight with my broom. I try to leave my craft room. I try. It doesn't happen all the time. But, oh wait, I can't put this one on yet because I got to complete the card. But I do try to keep my craft room as clean as I can. But I know Debbie knows what it looks like at times. But it's looking better. I just need one more of my Stamp and Storage paper holders to come, and it's going to be delivered tomorrow. Then I should have that all ready to go, and then a little bit more organized. All right, so this is 3x4, and it's mounted on basic black, which is 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. This will get popped up again. So I've used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 dimensionals on this one. They're not that expensive, so you get 300 little ones, or this shape, and then you get all the edge pieces. So, and they're $4.25. And if you're a demonstrator, what do you get? You get 20 or 25% off that. So it does pay to be a demonstrator, especially now with the clearance rack, up to 60% off, plus your demonstrator discount, 20 or 25, right? And we got to pre-order. Well, I've already pre-ordered because I went to Onstage. However, the demonstrators that did not could pre-order today. And I'm sure at 2 o'clock Mountain Time, it was a crazy internet. I don't know. I think I heard it went down for just a little bit, or it was really, really slow. But I put my order in this morning. And I ordered all the designer series paper, all the embellishments, and the Flora, oh, I don't remember the name of it, bundle. And I have another bundle here that I pre-ordered. So I'm going to be working off 2 bundles in the near future after January. But if you're not a demonstrator and you want that product early, then you'll just need to sign up. In our Inspired Daisies, there's quite a few of us on tonight. We'd love to have you join our team. So you can always email me at Karen@inspiredbygram.com, and I can answer any questions that you might have. All right, basic white for the inside. And I think I stamped on that one, right? Yes. So let's do the stamping first in case I mess up. So we're going to take that little snowflake and put that over there in the corner. And then may your days be furry and bright. Gets stamped right in the middle here. Don't forget, you're going to have a strip of designer series paper down here. So you got to kind of remember that when you're stamping. Since we're working with this inside panel, we're just going to grab the strip. And this is 3/4 by 4, I believe. And I use a little white, leave a little bit on the bottom there, just because I think it breaks it up. Plus, it's a little bit quicker than having to make sure that you've got it all straight. I'm just going to trim that little bit off. And it bothers me. There we go. All right, we've got our Seal Plus going on here. And then this is the inside. And then now we can take that tag and add it on here. Now you could do it straight, or you could do it, let's do it like this. I'm going to see what that looks like. Now, it's got to be straight. because we don't want the dog going at an angle. So I'm gonna just put this up right underneath that line there that's going across, making sure it's straight, which it looks pretty good. And then let's take that limited edition stamp and ink that up, and we'll just add this right to the back. There we go. Now, if you were selling this card, you need to have that Stampin' Up! Logo put on there to abide by the angel policy. And the limited edition stamp set looks like this, and it has quite a few stamps here that abide by the angel policy, the copyright Stampin' Up! Here. So it's not very expensive. I think it's like $17 or $19 maybe. And again, with that demonstrator discount, you get that discount. Okay, the envelope needs to be stamped because I don't want to be left with a naked envelope. So we're just going to add some little snowflakes over here in the corner and call it good. All right, so we've got this one, we've got this one, and that's what we got for tonight. So let me just clean up my area, and I'll try to put these all in the view of the camera so you can kind of see what the free class will look like. So here's this one. It will not have that. It's going to have a red bow, by the way. I can't send a stamped image, but I wanted to show you what you could do with a stamp set. And then I like this one better. Okay, let me see. I can't tell if you can see this or not. So there we go. I think you can see that one. And then the green one. There we go. So we started with this one. Then we moved to this one. And then we moved to this one. It's got the embossed panel here. And then we finished with this one. So this is a great class you can teach if you're a demonstrator, or if you're a beginner stamper or avid stamper. This will fit every kind of category that we offer. And again, this can be earned with a free, for free with a $35 order, or anything above that will receive 8 card kits, 2 of the same. So I will post that information on my website. It is in the description box. So if you want to copy and paste that URL to go to my website, it'll bring that host code over, so you don't even have to enter it in. So I'm going to check and see if there's any final questions, comments, and then I'm going to rock and roll with my Saturday class. So let's see what we got here. I just saw only 100 cards to go. That popped up again. All right. Let's see. Oh yeah, you can angle the tag, but leave the puppy straight. That's a great idea. I didn't even think about that. All right. So Lynn, you like the 4th card the best? They're all so cute. Yeah, and I've got them kind of crooked on the screen of my laptop. They're not straight. But anyway, I'll get this posted on my website eventually. And this class is going to go for, I didn't even say what the deadline is. I'll give you a warning when it's going to be closed out. Probably I'm going to give this one at least a week, just because it's got Christmas in it, and this would be really easy for you guys to make and mass produce. And I'll get them out, ship them out as soon as possible. But thank you for everybody that came on and watched me craft tonight. Hope you learned something new. And don't forget about my Crafting KitsTo Go. I know a lot of you watching did order those. They're only $20, and that you can find on my website. It is posted there. So I'm going to start shipping those kits out on December 10th. So I hope you're part of that. If you have any questions, you can always email me again at Karen@inspiredbygram.com. You guys have a great evening, and I'll see you on Monday right back here on YouTube. But I won't be live. It will be tape recorded craft fair farmers market video. All right, take care, and thanks for watching.